you generally have a drop down here. Just select that drop down package and provide here $TMP. You provide here $TMP and hit enter. For your user, ABAP-62 is your user. In ABAP-62 user, you will find all the relevant objects under local object. So $TMP is a local object. $TMP is also like a package which is created by SAP, right? So if you go to this program section, in this program section, you will find all the programs which you practiced so far, like the ABAP batch 1. So you can see there are many number of programs which are available over here, which were saved under $TMP package, right? So what I'll do, I'll take one example of this. Okay, so let me take this program. Okay, this is already in $TMP package. So I'll open another session, go to SC38 transaction. I'll say ABAP batch 1 star, and you will find the list of programs over here, which are starting with ABAP underscore batch 1. I can take any program. I'll take this as the iTab. I'll take this. Just click on display. Click on display. And first of all, see where this program is available. Look here. We have already seen in SC80 that it is already in $TMP package, but just let's cross check. You see $TMP. And if you click on lock overview, you will not see any lock overview for this particular program. It means this is not saved under any transport request, and it is not saved under any custom package or transport request. So those objects which are in $TMP, these are not available in any transports, and we are not transporting them anymore. We don't transport them because they are not transportable objects. What do you mean by transportable objects and non-transportable objects? Okay, so what I will do here, I click on edit, just put a space bar over here, just click on save. You see, this becomes inactive. So when it becomes inactive, what I will do, I will try to activate it. When I try to activate it, just observe here, this is in local object section. You see your program is checked or ticked, and the local objects, you are in the local objects section. Why we are in this local object section? Because we are having a package which is $TMP. Which is $TMP. If it is $TMP, then obviously whenever you try to activate your program, your program will be categorized as a local object. Your program will be categorized as a local object. So when this is a local object, you cannot transport it anymore to the other environments or other landscapes. That is not possible. Okay. So now what I will show you, my program is in local object. I want to move this to a package, and from there I want to move that to a transport request. How do I do that? So my requirement is, my program is under local object. My program is under local object, and I want to change the package from local object to my custom package, so that it will ask for a transport request number. Okay, so not only that, not only you can change the programs in $TMP or local object from any package to any other package. If you want to move, you can do that. For example, I created my package. Let us suppose I have some multiple packages created. Okay, I have my report. Unfortunately I forgot and saved that in some report. I saved it in some sales and distribution related package, let us suppose. Okay, so if you want to bring it back to your package, you can even do that also. So this process, what I'm explaining you, will do the same thing. So what I will do now here, go to object directory entry. Okay, you have an option here, change. Okay, click on that change icon, the pencil like icon you see, you click on change. Now you will be in, you will see this screen in editable mode. Okay, editable mode. So what I will do, I will change this. I'll provide my package name. I will provide my package name. I say Z Muhammad underscore package. I say click on save. When I click on save, you see immediately it will ask for a transport request. Immediately it asks for a transport request. So what I will do, I have already my transport request. Click on own request. Click on own request. And you see already there are some transports under my name. I will try to choose this 5490. Okay, 5490. I'll choose this. I say okay. Right. So now click on save button. Okay, you see now it is inactive, right? Now try to go back and see the details here, the latest details here. This is in the package, Z Muhammad underscore package. Now try to click on lock overview. You will see the transport request number. You will see the transport request number. So it means now the program which was in local object, which was in $TMP, you moved this program from $TMP to your own package such that it asked for a transport and you provided your transport request details, existing transport request details. Okay. So now what I will do, just let us try to activate this now. When I try to activate this, save it. When I try to activate this, look here. It should have changed to transportable object. Give me a moment. It is still categorizing as local object. Okay, but anyways, the idea is it should be categorized as a transportable object, and that is the reason we'll be able to transport that to the next landscape. Next landscape means next environment or next system where you have to perform your testing. So that's the main idea. Okay. So right. So one more thing. Okay. So we are in development. We try to move to quality, and from there we try to move to production. So observe carefully. So whenever we are in development, quality and production, when we talk about developments, we have already seen our development may have different clients. For example, the client number 800, we may have different clients. Client number 800. Okay, this is only for our convenience, for our understanding, but in real time, you will have different clients. And the other one is, let us suppose, the other one is, we have some client 810. Let us suppose we have client 810. Okay, so in our example, I mean the server which we are practicing, you see this is our client number 810. This is client number 810, and you see this is our application server. You see this is VIS UEHP7 is the application server. So what I mean to say here, this is completely our application server. This is totally our application server. We call this as our application server. Okay, our application server can have any number of clients. As I said, 800, 810. Also, I can have some other client also. It's up to our budget, whatever that we want to build. If you have more budget, you can build more servers. If not, then that is actually not required. So this constitutes the complete application server. It means in all the application servers, you will find these clients 800, 810, and 820. Okay. So now when I talk about any program, So when we talk about any program, so I created a program called some ZABAP underscore batch one underscore some itab underscore some operations. Let us suppose this is the program, right? This is the program. So let us suppose we created this program. We created this program in 800 clients. Let us suppose we created this program in 800 clients. Okay, 800 clients. The same program can be visible or available in 810 clients as well. The same program can be available in 810. Also, the same program is available in 820. Okay, I repeat again. In this, if the application server is same, if the clients are built on the same application server, okay, on the same application server, then whichever the program name, the custom objects you build, but whichever the custom objects you build, that custom objects will be available. I mean, when you talk about the custom object is specially like it should be your workbench object. Workbench object means that should be under part of your workbench item. Okay, so if that is the case, all those items will be available in 800, 810 and 820 as well. So for you to test, let us suppose you have 800 clients. This is like a development. Let us suppose this is like a development. Okay, this is like development. Now similarly, you may have 810. 810. This is your dev testing. We call it as. Let us suppose. Okay, we call it as dev testing client. Dev testing client. Dev testing client means in development you will not find any data, or you have very less data. And in 810, you have some set of data. It may not be very much rich like quality or production data, but you will have some set of data in dev testing that you will be able to. You will have some set of data in 810 clients. Then you will be able to proceed at least with respect to some kind of test data. At least you can see, you can validate some kind of scenarios in your program what you have written. Okay, so this is generally happens in real-time environment. Okay, so you'll have some developments done in 800 clients, and in coming to 810 client, you will have some test data, and you will do it minimum testing. You will do it. Okay, minimum testing you will try to do it. Fine. So now there is one more thing. Like we already seen, like we have workbench request we created, workbench request, and customizing the request also we have created. These are the transport requests that we have seen in yesterday's session. But there are a few other things that we will come in later session correspond to the customization. I will tell you an example later. Okay, so now coming to this, how do we release a transport? Now let us suppose you have done your development. Your development is done. You have completed your development. Then what next? What is that you are going to do next? Okay. So now observe here. I told you like this is our development box. Let us suppose this is our quality box and this is our production box. Okay. This is our dev system. This is our quality system, and this is our production system. Okay, dev, quality, and production. Both are separate boxes. Okay, both are separate boxes in the same landscape. Now, anything that you develop here, you will release it. You will release that transport. You will release the transport. So once you release the transport, what happens? Once you release the transport, what happens? You will inform base system. You will inform base system to move the transport, to move the TR to next environment. You will request that base system to move the transport to the next environment. Next environment can be from development to quality or development to production, whatever it is. Okay, so What happens in this case? There are two things. One is there can be a manual activity. The other one is like a scheduled job. There can be a scheduled job from basis team. So manual activity means we'll drop a mail to them saying that hi basis team. So this is the transport request number. Please move this transport request number from dev to quality. We will provide the details. What is the source system? Okay, we will provide the details like what is the source system, from where where they need to take that, and what is the target system where they need to import it. Okay, so we will provide these details to the basis team via email, and we will make it official communication. Okay, we'll make it as an official communication. Once they move it, they reply back to saying that they'll update you, saying that successfully move the transport further. I mean, the activity is completed, just check it. So what we will do, we will go to the QA system and we will check whether the transport is imported correctly or not, or are there if there are any errors or not. Okay, that is one thing. The other thing is when we talk about the scheduled job, so basis team will have some standard SAP program. Okay, they have some standard SAP program which actually takes care of taking all those objects, okay, in the development and move them to the quality. It means the released, whichever are the released TRs available, okay, with respect to some time slot. It means, for example, every half an hour, what the job will do, the job will pick, it will pick released transports, and it will pick the released transports and move them to quality. Not to production. For production, they will not do this scheduled job. It will be a manual activity, and also sometimes it will be scheduled, but only the approved transports only will be moved to production. Okay, the transports to move to production, they need to be approved. They have to be approved. But for quality, it's not required because we have to test it our development. That is the reason why we will actually raise a request via email. But in case of the production, they need some kind of approval, some manager approvals, or the next level, the official who is on top of you will need to approve to the basis team for them to import it. Okay, so there can be a manual activity. Also, there can be a scheduled job. So when they schedule a job, like every 30 minutes, they'll schedule it. For example, they'll schedule for every 30 minutes. Let us suppose I released my transport at 9:15. The next job will run at 9:30. Let us suppose, okay, 9:30 a.m. Right? So next job will run at 9:30 a.m. Next job will run at 9:30 a.m. So when it runs at 9:30 a.m., it means as soon as you release at 9:15, you have to wait for 15 minutes to go your transport to your quality environment. Let us suppose you released your transport at, for example, 9:28 a.m. Let us suppose 9:28 a.m. It means within 2 minutes, because the job will run at 9:30, right? Job will run at 9:30. Okay, 9:30 a.m. the job will run. So 9:30 within 2 minutes, your transport will move to quality. Okay, so your transport must be released before 9:30. Okay, the next time slot is 9:30. Let us suppose your transport should be released by the time so that it will go to the next environment. Okay, that's about some details about the transport release process. Now I'll show you, I'll take one transport over here. Okay, and I'll show you how it looks like. I'll go to SC09. I go to my workbench requests. I'll say, see, modifiable. Modifiable is the one which you can release. There will be some already released transports also. You see, somebody has already released. You see, somebody has already released. So the released transports will look like this. They will be like a tick mark. So now I'll take an example. I click on display, modifiable one. I'll go to the modifiable one. What I will do, I will take this one. I'll take this package, program, all these things. Okay. So I am the transport 5490. I'll take only, okay, I'll take this 5490 transport. 5490 transport. Now for me to release this transport, what I need to do? The first of all, what you need to do is you just perform a check. Perform a check on your transport. Always try to perform a check on your transport. You see, there are messages are 0, critical errors are 0, and all these things. You see, messages are 0, critical errors are 0. Just try to check on this just to see if there are any errors. So this is the general, the procedure we follow while we release the transport. Okay, to see if there are any errors or not, some syntactical errors. Sometimes there will be some inactive objects in the transports. Sometimes there will be some inactive objects in the transports. If they're inactive, you cannot release the transport. You cannot release the transport. And if a program has any error, if a program has some syntax error or some error, okay, in such case also you will face some kind of difficulties when you release the transport. Okay, so that is the reason why you try to avoid all those things. To avoid all those things, you will have a check performed. So the very first step, what you need to do is you need to come to the task. Come inside the task. In your transport, come inside this, where you see your task. You see your task, and you try to click on this truck symbol. Try to click on this truck symbol. Click on release. Okay. The first thing is you come inside your transport. You should not release your transport directly. First, you need to release the internal objects of your transport. Once internal objects are released, once internal objects are released, then you need to release your main transport. Okay. For example, I will have multiple tasks. So this is my task 1. Likewise, I will have one more task, other task. Let us suppose there are 4 tasks inside the transport. There are 4 tasks inside the transport. So it is like this. I'll take like this. So let us suppose this is my transport. Okay. So let me take this. Okay. So if I have a transport, so within this transport, I may have other tasks also. Let us suppose I have some task 1, I have some task 2 like this. Let us suppose I have some task 1, task 2 also. So along with this task, I will also release this task. I will also release this task. So all these tasks should be released. You must release all these tasks. Once all these tasks are released, then you should release your main transport. You should release your main transport. So now what I will do, I have only one task in my transport. I have only one task in my transport. Then I'll release it. First I'll release it. Then what I'll do, I select this main transport. I click on release. I click on release. See now, you don't see the transport anymore in this modifiable list. Where are we? We are in the modifiable list. You see, we are in the modifiable list. It is no more available over here. Okay, so let us see now what happened to this transport. It says cancelled releases can be repeated. Okay, let us see what happened here. Go back. Now you need to come to the released section. Uncheck your modifiable because your transport is already released. Then you should be looking into the released category. Click on display. You can see here your transport is now in the released status. You can see released status. Released status. So now these details you will share to basis team, saying that this is the transport request number. Please import this transport, or please import this transport request number to quality from development. You will share these details. Okay. Let us suppose my transport. See this program. Let us suppose this program went from development to quality. Let us suppose it is in quality now. Imagine in quality it is not giving you the correct results. In quality it is not giving you the correct results. The results are improper or abnormal. Results are improper or abnormal. Not expected output is coming. Okay, not expected output is coming. Then what you will do? You will again come back to development. You will analyze, you will debug your program. You have found the error, you found the issue, what is happening there, why it is not picking the correct data. You will find it. Okay, and you'll come back to the development environment and you will fix it. In that case, what you will do? In that case, now let us suppose what is my, I will pick up a program here. Okay, this is my program. Let us suppose this is my program. I'll take some program here. This is the program name. Okay, so for you to select this text, what you need to do, you should say Control Y. Control Y on your screen. Control Y. Okay, Control Y from your keyboard, and on your screen, it will display like a plus symbol. It will display like a plus symbol. Control Y, it will display like a plus symbol. So I'll say Control Y displays like a plus symbol. Just select it. Just select the text. Select the text. Then go back to your program, SE38 program. Go back to your program. Now go in change mode. Go in change mode. Like as usual. Okay. Go in change mode. Now in the change mode, if you have any changes that you need to do, let us suppose I'm writing this. This is program for internal table operations. Let us suppose. Okay. Now I made some changes over here. I click on activate button. Observe here. I click on activate button. Now it will ask for a transport request number. It will ask for a transport request number. Now what you need to do in this case? Again, you need to follow the same steps which I told you previously. You need to create a transport request number again. Okay, so what I will do? So I'll create a new transport request saying that I will create a new transport request. Okay, so I'll say program name, some internal table operations. Let us suppose. Now click on save button. Okay, internal table operations. Just say okay. Now you see here, it is a transportable object list. Your program is somewhere at the bottom because there are many programs which are not activated, but your program is over here. Just say okay. Right? Your program is now active. Your program is now active. Now observe in this case, in this case, in this scenario, when I changed the program and I tried to activate, it did not ask me for any kind of package. It did not ask me for any kind of package. It only asked the transport request number, but no package. The reason is this program is already registered in that package. If you go here and check in the object directory entry, you will see already this program is already in this package. So when the program is already in the package, the system will not ask you for package details again. It will not ask you for the package details again. Okay, it will ask you only the transport request number because you are making the change. You have to capture the changes in a transport request number because you have to move them again from your development environment to your quality environment. Right? So most of the times when you release the object, we call it as the object. When we release the object, and if you find some kind of issues corresponding to that object, if you want to fix them, you'll be back to the development environment. You'll open that object, you'll change it, you'll fix it, and you'll activate it. Once you activate it, then what happens? You will be able to, once you activate it, then you will be able to the system will ask you the transport request number, provide this transport request number, and your program is active. Okay, now you can come to SC09 transaction. You can come to SC09 transaction, click on display. You see, I have my new transport here, internal table operations. If I open this, I will have my report source code. This is the program. Okay, so now this program also has versions. This program also has versions. If you see this, look here, what is my program? What is my current transport request number? 5508. You see, 5508. You see, this is the 5509. Internally, it is a task. The task number is shown over here. 5509 is the active task. It is the active task. What is the previous transport? You see this 5490. 5490. Where can I see that? Just go back, click on this. You try to enter the transport request number 5490. And you see in 5490, you are able to see that program or not. Just try to see that. You see 5490. You see Z ABAP batch 1 ITAB operations 2. The same program is available in 5490. Look here. Okay, so you see that. So likewise, you can have the track of the transports for the respective objects. Okay, this is what we call version management. You can generate the versions also. You can see here utilities versions. You can see generate version. You can generate your version. So already the version is available. You can see version management 0. You can see here 5490 905509. I just clicked on it. It generated the version, and you see two versions of the program is available. And this is very much important when you want to remote compare. You can see here, right? Remote comparison. The same program is working fine in quality. The same program is not working in development in production. Let us suppose there will be some scenarios. Here in quality it is working, in production it is not working. Some kind of troubleshooting you may have to do. In such cases, we will remote compare. Now you see target system. I will select this. This is a server, training server. So you don't have any other clients. But in real time, you can see here the details of quality system. You can see the details of the production system or the details of some other system linked in this landscape. Okay, you will select that system, you will select the target system, and then you will compare the code. It means when you click on this remote comparison, select the target system, this window will split into two. Okay, left side will be the present system, right side is the quality or production system. In both systems, you will see the what do you see? You see the code. Each and every line it will show you. Are there any differences in the lines of code, etc. things that will be shown here on the screen? Okay, so that example I will take you in the real time when we advance in the topics. I can show you those things later. But now, for time being, so these are the main topics that you need to understand corresponding to the package and the transport request process. Package and transport request process. Okay, right. So don't release your transports. Just don't try to. I advise you not to release any transport. Let the transports be as it is. Don't practice those releasing of the transports because they will be in queue. So I just advise you not to release the transport. But for one time, if you want to test or if you want to practice for just for one time, yes, you can do it. Okay, but don't do it for every object that you develop. Every object that you develop, you don't do it. Only for one time, you try releasing it and see how it looks like. But the other times when you're practicing this, I always sincerely advise you not to release them. Okay, let everything be in the modifiable state. Let everything be in the modifiable state. Okay, fine. So now we'll move on to the next topic. Right. So we'll move on to the next topic, which is database tables. We already have seen the internal tables concept, and let us try to look into the database tables concept also, because most of the times in our programming we will be referring to the standard tables. We will have a quick overview of this, and I will tell you some examples how to retrieve the data from the database tables. We'll see those things. So this database table is also a kind of table with respect to certain structure. Every table will have its own structure. So that the transaction code is SE11 is the transaction code for a data dictionary in ABAP. In ABAP, for you to access the transaction code, it is SE11 is the transaction code. Okay, so I will take you an example of the table called Mara. This is a material management master table. You click on display. This table is called as general material data, and you will find almost 294 fields are available in this table. And you see two fields. This see client is the primary key. I mean, it's a key field, and Matner is also a key field. Okay. MANDT is called as a client field. Matner is your material number field. See this MANDT. If you observe here, I was telling you about this concept: development, quality, and production. When I say development, okay, in this example, what is the number? Client number 810. So let us try to execute these contents. Go to this contents, click on this symbol, I mean icon, contents icon. Okay, in the maximum number of hits, only take some 10 number of hits, then click on this execute button. Right, you see, you'll see some output with some 10 records. You see this MANDT is a client field. MANDT. What is this? Look here, 810. If you look here, both are same. If you just look into this screenshot, you see here 810 is here, and you see that MANDT 810 is also here. It means this data is belonging. This data belongs to the client 810. If you open this table Mara, in 810 clients, you can see, you see number of entries, click on number of entries, you will see 586 entries. 586 entries. Where are these 586 entries available? These 586 entries are available in client 810. Okay, for this table called Mara. Let us suppose I log into QA. Let us suppose I log into QA, quality system. In quality system also, you will find same table. You will find the same table. You will go to the same transaction code SC11. You will open the Mara table. And if you see their number of entries, if you click on the display number of entries, the number of entries there will be different. The data is different. Okay, the number of entries will be more in quality. Number of entries will be more in quality. And the other thing is, if you see here the contents of the table in quality, and let me take only 10 entries over here. Just click on execute button. In quality, you see the client number will change. The client number of quality will change. It is not 810 anymore. 810 is given only, this 810 is given, 810 is given for, 810 is given for, it is given for development. 810 is given for development. But for quality, it can be a different client number. For quality, it can be a different client number. It will not be 810, it will be a different client number. Let us suppose it is like 910. Let us suppose the client number is 910. Okay, the client number will be like 910. So the entries will differ over there. The entries will differ. So the tables will be always same in everywhere, but when you talk about the entries will change from the environment to the environment. It means from development to quality to the production, it will change. How do you identify that? Yes, you will identify with respect to this MANDT field. Okay, so this is also a kind of a note that you need to consider, which is very important in terms of real-time environment, right? Okay, so let's move back into the presentation. Right, so there are different types of tables available in SAP. One is the transparent table, pooled table, and cluster table. Most of the times in our environment, real-time practice or environment, we will always concentrate on the transparent tables. And these pooled tables or cluster tables are little complex items which will have like complex data storage, and more amount of the data is stored into those kind of tables. So we will try to take more precautions while we try to hit the data from the pool tables. So in transparent tables, we will have one-to-one mapping and stores the actual data, and it can be accessible via SQL. It means whatever the SQL statements so far we have written, or so far we practice some example hitting the database table, we will be able to use them on the transparent table as well. Okay, in the pooled tables, pool tables are like they're like logical tables. It means they're the table of pools. They are called as a table of pools. They can have many to one relationship, and they will actually store the data. Okay, so of course any table will store the data, but these tables will be like storing the data corresponding to some kind of a package, some kind of uh, like system details, system information, etc. Things will be stored in these pool tables. I'll show you separately in a different session about this pool table and cluster table. Okay, so now when you talk about the cluster table, it is also like stores the data, and it has the complex data storage. It too has the complex data storage, and most of the times we will not touch this cluster table because it also has some kind of information related to the system, and most of the times we don't touch. We only focus majorly on the transparent tables. Okay, so in the when we have to fetch the data from the database tables, when we have to fetch data from the database tables, we'll say we use the select query. We use the select query. We fetch the data from the database table using the select query. We'll say select the column name. We'll say the column names from database table into target table where condition. So when you say select a single, it is like a single record from the database table into the target table. Target table, you will say where condition. So likewise, this is a fetching the data from the database table for single record. And if you want to fetch the data for multiple records, then you will say select your column names from your database table into table internal table where condition. You will mention the condition over here. Okay, so we can select the data with respect to single record. We can select the data with respect to the multiple records also into your internal table. So this is one way. The other way is how do you select the data, common data available in different tables. Let us suppose I have some data available in different tables. You see here, I'm taking an example of the Mara table. You see this is one table. Here I have some fields. Okay, there are some 3 fields. This is in one table. This is the other table where I have some additional details. If I have to join the data between these 2 tables, then I will use joins. In these joins, we have something called as inner join. When we talk about inner join, it will fetch the data which is common in between the 2 tables. You see here 1001, 1001, 1002, 1002. You see 1003, it is not available over here. 1004, not available here. 1005, not available over here. So it means that what is commonly available, 1001 and 1002 are commonly available. So these 1001, 1002 data will be your final data that will be available in the output in case of inner joins. So you will mention the condition. What is the condition here? My condition is my left side, this table's matner is equal to this table's matner, matnr matner. Both of them should be equal. When only they are equal, you just gather the data. You just go for the join. So it means the final result of this inner join will be, 2 records. In this example, 1001, 1002 will be the 2 records in the final output. Okay, you can see here ROH EA23, ROH EA23, and you see the other data JHO W2 and FF, JHO W2 and FF. So 2 tables of data is gathered over here. So this is inner join. This is an example of the inner join. Now let's go with the outer join. In the outer join, if you observe here, if you see in the outer join, this is my left side table, this is my right side table. Okay, this is my left side table, this is my right side table. When we say about left outer join, it will actually consider all the records from the left table, okay, and those records matching with the tables in the right side, matching with the table with the records in the right side. It means if you see what, if you compare here the two, if you compare here the two slides, 1001, 1001, 1002, 1002. You see the 3, 4, 5 is not available here, not available over here. But what happens in this case? If you observe here, 1001, this will be like a inner join. The first two records will be like inner join. If you observe here, 1001, 1002 will act like an inner join. Now coming to 1003, when you come to the 1003, there is no record available over here. Okay, 1003, you see here RB EC45. Do you see any record over here? It is not there. So it will be empty over here. This is wrongly taken here, but this will be like empty record over here. There is no entry for these fields. And you see 1004. In 1004, do you see anything over here? You don't see anything. So for 1004 on the left hand side, whichever the contents are there, the contents will be displayed. And the right hand side, there is no content, so that will be displayed as empty. Okay, it means what you need to understand is this will work like a inner join, first thing, and then the left side records, whichever the records are there, like 3, 4, 5 are there, right? It means your output will have all the records like 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. All the records will be there here. And corresponding to the right side table, whichever are the common records are there, the common records will be available over here. And on the left side, those records which are not common, only those data on the left hand side table will be available over here, and the right hand side tables fields will be empty. Okay, this is the left outer join. This is about the left outer join, and this is a syntax. Like we'll select the fields from table. We'll provide the table name as alias. Okay, we'll provide name as alias. We'll say left outer join. On which table you want to left outer join? Yes, I want to left outer join on this table. We'll say again as alias. Alias means like alternate name. Okay, on we'll specify the condition. What is the condition? Yes, left side tables matner equal to right side tables matner, and where you have to store the data into my internal table. Okay, so we'll see all this with respect to an example. This is about the left outer join. Now coming to the right outer join, right outer join will work just quite opposite to the left outer join. It means, see, this is my right side table. This is my left side table. Now the focus is always on the right side table. You see 1001, 1001, 1002, 1002. You see any 103, 104, 105? No, you will not see them. So it means you will have all the records of this table 1001, 2, and 7 in your output. And for the common records, which is 1001, 1002, you will find the entries in your output table. And the next thing is in the right hand side, 1007 is there, and there is no entry over here. So what happens? You will have these particular fields empty, and the rest of the fields which are part of the right hand side table will be filled with the data. This is the right outer join. Okay, so most of the times in our real-time environments, we will actually focus on the inner joint most of the times, and the left and right will be used very less, and it depends upon the context. Okay, next. Now we have something called as for all entries. We have something called as for all entries. What happens in this case of for all entries? So we have already seen the concept of inner joins. In inner joins, when you go on increasing the joins between more tables, it means, for example, table A, table B, you have a join. Again, table C to table D, again one more join. Table D to some table E, some one more join. It means when the joins are increasing, when the inner joins are increasing, it is very much complex to handle the situation. Okay, and it's even not easy. It is not even easy to understand the logic. It is not even it is not even it is not even easy to understand the concept. It is not even easy to understand the logic. Okay, it is not easy to understand the complexity that which you have written in the program, right? So for that reason, there is a concept called for all entries. There is a concept called for all entries. So in for all entries, using this concept called for all entries, you can avoid the complexities. You can avoid the complexities of inner join. Okay, whatever the inner join complexities are there while you develop the program or while you try to read the data of that respective program, those kind of complexities can be handled by using the for all entries. Okay, we will also see the example on the for all entries and how is it different from the inner joins and how easy is it when compared to the inner joins. Those things we will see it. Okay, so for this you can observe here. So this is one table. These are the different tables, and from them we are joining to some internal table 1, 2, and 3, and again we are joining all of them into the different internal table which is called as IT4. So all these tables are now related. When you talk about the inner joins, will be a little complex. Now when we talk about the for all entries, we'll have an example on this for all entries, and we'll see how easier when we compare that to the inner joins. Okay, so this is the syntax. We'll say select fields from database table into table internal table for all entries in your internal table name, where you'll write the condition. You'll write the condition. It means, let us suppose you have a table called LFA1. You have already fetched the data on LFA1, and from LFA1 you want to again fetch data for a different case, for a different criteria. In that case, you will make use of this for all entries. Okay, so we'll see that example as well, right? So there are even some kind of operations that we can perform on the standard database tables. We can insert the data. We can insert the data into the table from work area, or we can insert the data from table to the internal table. If you want the multiple records, if you want to insert, you can insert them as well. Okay, and the other one is, like, you can also update the data for the specific field. If you have one record and for that record you want to set some or you want to set some data, you want to set some data to that respective field, we can also do that. We have an option called update database table, set field for set field equals some value where condition. So only that respective field value will change. Or if you want to update the database table as a whole, you can also update. You can say update database table from work area. So for the respective record, if that record has multiple values, if the record has multiple values, if the record has multiple values, and that multiple values needs to be changed to that record, then we can update that as well. And so that is about updates. If you want to delete the record from the database table, also you can delete using your program. You can say delete from your database table where condition, or if you want to delete from the work area, also you can delete it, right? So this is about the delete operation. And you have even called as modify. When you say modify, if record is already existing, it will change the data. If record is not existing, it will actually insert the data. I have already shown you like the update. So the difference between update and insert is, modify is, when you say about update, the record should be existing in the table. The record must be existing in the table, then only update will work. When we talk about modify, when you talk about modify, you try to modify a record, whether it is existing in the table or not existing in the table. If it is existing in the table, it will update. It will work like an update. If the record is existing in the table, it will work like an update. It will work like an update. If the record is not existing in the table, it will work like an insert statement. It means modify is more powerful. It will work in two ways. One is can be used like an insert statement and can be used like an update statement as well. So two operations can be performed on this modify. Most of the times we use modify. So to avoid confusion, like if the record is not there, it will insert. If the record is there, it will update. Okay. So that's about the internal table operations. So I'll show you an example now how to fetch the data from the database table. I'll say, okay, first of all, let me show you let me show you an example for fetching the data from database table. So I'm taking the database table as Mara. Okay, I'll say the program name is executable program. I say save, and I'm using my package. Click on package, and let me see if there is any transport available for me. I'll take this. I'll take this transport request number. I can change my description later. Okay, so this is my program. So what I'm trying to do, first I'll try to refer to this Mara table. I'll try to refer to this Mara table. So my requirement is I am defining the internal table. Okay, define the internal table. I am defining the internal table. I'll say types begin of ty underscore. I'll say Mara. I'll say end of ty underscore Mara. Okay, so this is the structure I'm trying to define. In this structure, I'll take the fields. I'm directly taking the fields from this table. I'm copying this Mara. I'll say type my data element Mara. So we'll see more in details about this data elements concept later when we come into the data dictionary. I'll take ERSDA. I'll say type ERSDA. Okay, so take them in an order. As I told you already, follow the same procedure. Follow the same procedure of taking the fields in order. Don't jumble them. But even though if you like zigzag or jumble them, we have an option of a select query where you can where the data goes and sits into that respective fields. I will even show you that as well. Okay. So I'm taking these fields only. I'm taking only these fields, right? Now let me declare my internal table and work area. I'll make them explicit. Okay. So I'll say data. I'll say LT underscore Mara. Type table of TY underscore Mara. I'll say work area underscore Mara. Type TY underscore Mara. Okay. TY underscore Mara. You see now my structure is this, and I am ready with my internal table. I am ready with my work area. Right. So about the types, I did explain you in the previous exam, in previous sessions, and I would like to bring one more point over here. You remember we used data keyword over here for assigning the data. Okay. Now I'll show you one difference over here. Right. Let me comment this piece of code. Let me comment that piece of code. Let me put it as data, right? Okay, let me try to activate this. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me change this to work area underscore Mara. Okay, what my intention is, I'll try to put this data into this. I'll try to put this data into this. I'll say ERSDA. I'll say it as 1304/2025. I'll take ERNAM. I'll say Muhammad. I'll say LAEDA. I'll say 1304/2025. I'll say AENAM equal to I'll say, okay, just save it. I'll try to activate it. Right. You see this, you use the data keyword and this is your structure and you're able to assign the values. You're able to assign the values, right? There is no error over here. Now what I will do, I'll try to open this. I'll try to open this. Now what I'm trying to do, I'll say ty underscore mara. Let us suppose I'll copy all these contents and I will say ty underscore mara over here. Okay, rest of the things will remain same. There is no difference. Now what I have my structure defined with data keyword. I have my structure defined with types keyword. The difference that I'm going to show you is differences between types and data keyword usage here when you're defining your structure. So with the data keyword structure you defined, you will be able to assign the data, but with the data keyword structure called types, I mean with the types keyword, you will not be able to assign the data like this. We'll see how it behaves like. And trying to activate this program, you see you'll see an error. And the correspond, what is the error? Let us see. You see this, WA Mara has already been declared. Look here. What is WA Mara already been declared? Okay, that's fine. So let me change this to WA Mara 1. That's fine. Now you see the error. Field ty underscore Mara is unknown, but there is a field with similar name LT Mara, LT underscore Mara. So it says ty Mara is unknown. It means even though you declared here as ty Mara, it is not declared as a data keyword. That is the reason why it is saying that ty Mara is unknown. It means ty Mara is considered here as only a specification. It is considered only as a specification, or we can say it as like a type specification. We'll say it as a type specification. So what do you mean by type specification? For example, I want to declare a variable with integer, let us suppose. Okay, generally what we will do in C language, let us suppose I'll say int a. Okay, I'll say int a. It means for the field a, you can assign some values. For the field a, you can assign some values like this. You can assign some values. You can assign some values for the field a. Okay, that is what the meaning of this int a is. Okay, but it's not that you can directly put the value into int equal to 5 or int equal to 6 or int equal to some 7. You understood what I'm saying, what I'm trying to convey here? Int a is of type integer. It means int is a specification. Int is a specification. So when it is a specification, with reference to that specification, we need to define a variable and assign the values to that. Okay, this is the correct way. Now what I'm trying to do here in this example, I am directly assigning. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm directly assigning the values to int, which is a specification, which is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. So we need to have references for the specification and use the values or use the variables to assigning the values, right? So this is totally wrong. So this example here is relevant to this. Okay, so the idea here is I defined this. I will use ty underscore Mara corresponding to this. So in place of this, what I will do, I will try to use like this, and this is acceptable. This is acceptable. I'm removing all these things. I'm also commenting these things, which is no more required to me. And you see this will be acceptable to me. You see this? Now, WA Mara, double click on this. You see, it is referring to ty Mara. It means this is similar to the example what I told you now, like int variable underscore some variable name. It is similar to this. Ty underscore Mara is like int int. Variable name is WA underscore Mara 1. Very simple. Okay, so this is the example I want to, this is the difference I wanted to tell you, why we use types and what is that difference between the data and the types is. Okay, so most of the times In real-time environment, I follow this procedure. Okay, I follow this procedure because it makes my job very easy, because the internal table name and work area name, when we are using explicit, what do you mean by that? Internal table name and work area name are different. Internal table name and work area are different. Okay, so that is the reason why I try to prefer this concept. Okay, anyways, so now we are next. What next? I want some materials. So what I will do now, fetch data from Mara table. So what I will do here, I'll say select. I'll take all these fields, Matner, ERSDA. I'll take this data, ERSDA and ERNAM. Just simple. You control, press your control key and click on your field. Only that field gets selected, and copy and paste it over here. Simple. You can do that. And AENAM. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 fields. So select these fields. From where you are selecting? From Mara table. Into where you are selecting? Into your internal table. Into table. What is your internal table name? LT Mara. Okay, LT Mara. So how many records you want? See, if it has more records, it will fetch all the records. Okay, let us see how it happens. Now, once this is done, check whether your select query is true or not. So for that, I will say size bar c equal to 0. Size bar c equal to 0 will check. It checks the condition, the above condition, true or false. Checks above condition, true or false. Okay, this condition is true or false. If it is true, then what I'm trying to do, loop at my internal table into what is my work area name? Work area underscore Mara. Okay, I'm trying to print the fields work area underscore Mara hyphen Matner work area underscore Mara hyphen ERSDA work area underscore Mara hyphen ERNAM work area underscore Mara hyphen LAEDA work area underscore Mara hyphen AENAM. Okay, AENAM. Right. So this is what this is what we are trying to fetch the data and print the data in the output. Okay, I put a breakpoint over here. Right. Click on execute button. Click on execute button. And you see this is the table flow. You can see 586 records are there here. That's fine. So we are good. So all the data will be printing in the output. You can see this is the data that will be printing in the output. Okay, I have taken only 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. Only the 4 fields data will be printed in the output. Okay, so now here, next thing is, if I add to control, I can say up to some 50 rows. The first 50 rows only will be printed in the output. With this addition of up to 50 rows, you can see only the first 50 rows will be printed in the output. Now let us see. Go to LT Mara. You see 50 records are there over here. Okay, only the 50 records will be printing in the output. Right? So this is the one, this is the other way. Now, I was telling you strictly that follow the order of the fields. Follow the order of the fields while selecting the data. Let us suppose now I will jumble this. You see, Matner is there. What I will do, I will try to remove this Matner and what is the next one? ERNAM. Okay. I'll try to put ERNAM here. I'll try to put Matner over here and let us see what happens. Let us see what happens in this case. Okay, I'll put a breakpoint. Click on execute. You see, LT Mara. Observe here. You see this. ABAP-47. This is ERNAM. Okay. Now observe in our table, go to the table. Go to the table. Okay, let it be first 200 records. Observe here. P test. P test. Where is P test? See, ABAP 47. Okay, let us see. Look at this. Matner ABAP 47. Matner field is this. ERNAM field is this. Now, what happened in this case? I will put a filter. You see, ABAP 47. I will take that filter. Look here. ABAP 47. P test. You see, ABAP 47. You observe this record. Observe this record carefully. What is my material number? P test, correct? Now what happened in this case, you see, in this record you observe it. So let me take a screenshot of this, okay? And let me put it here for your convenience. The reason why I'm saying you to follow the order of the fields is, just try to observe this. Try to observe this. Look here. What is my Matner data here? ABAP 44. But look here, what is my Matner data? You see Matner, what is the data here? P test. It is the P test. It means in my internal table, because I used the wrong field, so you see in the Matner field, ABAP 47, it means ERNAM data is replaced. I mean, it's like a jumbling. Matner, this data has to come here, and this data has to go here. Okay, no, this is completely wrong. Because why it is wrong? The reason why it is wrong is you have defined wrong. It's not wrong fields. The fields are correct, but the order of the fields are wrong. The order of the fields are, you have unit as wrong. So that is the reason why. That is the reason why you are seeing it as wrong data over here. This data should actually come here. This data should have come over here. Okay. So sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. So in such case, what you need to do, if in such case, what you need to do, you have an addition over here. You have an addition over here. The addition is, you'll say from Mara into corresponding fields of table LT underscore Mara up to some 50 rows. Okay, you see this? I'm saying into corresponding fields of table, even though your order is not correct over here, even though your order is not correct, then by addition of this into corresponding fields of table, what happens? It will check ERNAM data will go to ERNAM field only. Matner data will go to Matner field only. LAEDA data will go to LAEDA only. AENM data will go to AENAM only. So there is no chance of data jumbling from one field to the other field. So I'll put a breakpoint here. Click on execute button. Click on execute button. And you see, now go to your internal table LT Mara. You will find the data. You see, Matner is P test and Arnam is ABAP 47. Now you can compare the same thing with this. You see this? Matner is P test and Arnam is ABAP 47. Okay. So you will find the proper data coming into the respective fields. Right? So there, this is how we actually, like when you provide the jumbling fields can be corrected using into corresponding fields of table addition in your select query. I always advise not to use this until unless required, because there is some kind of performance issue on this query. Okay, when compared to the previous one, we will see that in the later sessions about the performance kind of things or performance kind of issues. Okay, so this is one example. Now I'm always looking into this 50 rows, 40 rows, etc. things. I want only some specific materials. What I can do for that. So for that, what I will do, I want some specific materials only. So for that, what I will do, I will go for my selection screen. I'll declare parameters. I'll declare some parameters, P underscore Matner, type Matner. So what happens with this? It means with this you can select that respective material number. So for this, what I will do, I'll go to selection text. I'll provide my material number text over here, right? So go back, try to activate your code, just execute it. You will see this selection screen now. Previously we are directly executing. Now we have an option to select this data from the selection screen. Which material you want, that material details you can take it. So now what I will do, this query now is going to change. So there are changes will happen to this query. So let me comment that and put it over here. Now I remove these things from here. Let it be normal. I'll go back to the normal query without using for all without using corresponding, right? So I'm back to the normal query. So here into internal table LT Mara, I will say in place of this, I'll put the condition where Matner equal to P underscore Matner. I'll say Matner equal to P underscore Matner. Activate it. So what I did, whichever the material number I give in the input, only that data I'll fetch it in the output. So I'll select the material from here. I'll select a material from here. Just execute it. Execute it. You see here in LT Mara, there is only one record. Okay, because we have given only one record, that one record data will be available here. You can see that material data will be available over here and that will be printed in the output. Okay. Now, so what I did here, what is the additional thing I did here? I did add only my where condition where Matner equal to P underscore Matner. P underscore Matner is coming from my parameter. See, this is my parameter. Okay. This is coming from P underscore Matner. So I want the range of materials. For example, I want some range of materials. So for the range of materials, what I can do, I can give one more material number for P underscore. I'll say mat2, say type Matner and activate it. Now try to execute your program. You see, you will have material number and this P underscore mat2. This is description is not given over here. That is the reason why it is showing the Matner parameter field name itself. Let's use the description. So go to text elements, selection text, provide here the material number, say here 2 material number. Simple. Let us make it as a 2 material number. This one will make it as a from material number. From material number. It means it's like a range. Let's give this like a range. Go back and activate your program and just see how it looks like. This is from material and to material. Okay. Now make the changes in your select query. So where Matner will say between where Matner okay. So I provided here, I want the range. So from this is the 2. It means when I execute this program, this is my, I will give some range. I'll give some material number. Let us suppose I will take this material number I'll take one material number this, okay, and here the other material number I will take it as, let us suppose 37. It means my material number should be greater than 33 and less than 37. This is my starting material and then my end material. 3 and less than 37. So that is what I want to print it. You see, greater than 37 and less than greater than 33 and less than 37, only the two materials are present. Okay, only two materials are present. We are not including that material. We are not including 33. We are not including that materials. If you want to include those materials, I will say greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Activate it. Okay. Now execute your program. I'll provide 33, I'll provide 37, click on execute. You'll see that also will be included over here. 33, 34, 37, 36 will be coming over here. So you see these are not in an order. These are not in an order. I mean, order means you see these 36, 37, 33, 34. They are not in an order. What I will do, I will try after this select statement, I will say sort. I will sort my internal table IT Mara ascending by, I will say my material number field. So you can sort your you can sort your internal table basing upon the data or basing upon some fields. I am sorting it now basing upon the material number, and you see the output how it looks like. So I'll provide this. You see, I am trying to provide every time when I come to the selection screen. In order to avoid that, what I will do, I will provide some data over here and click on save. This is like test variant. I'll say test underscore variant. Test variant. We can save the test variants over here. Okay, I'll show you that. When I execute now, I already saved it, right? You can click on this get variants. Click on the get variants. You will see test variant over here. So likewise, I can execute my program. You see 34, 33, 34, 36, 37. You will see these data is coming in order now in the ascending order of the material number field. Okay, so this is how we generally select the data when we have a concept of range. So most of the times in real time, the parameters, you see, for example, I have this one field is there. For that, again, I need to define from and to. Let us suppose I have some 10 to 20 fields on my screen. For them, where I need the range. When I read the ranges, like from and to. For 20 fields means 20 into 2, 40 fields I need to declare on my screen, which is very complex job. Okay, so to avoid this, we have got a new addition which is called as select options. So what I will do, I will try to create a new program. I'll say select options. So click on create. I'll say select options. Right? So I view the package name and I view my transport request number. Now what I will do, I try to copy all these contents. Sorry. I'll try to copy all these contents. Copy it. I'll also copy this. Right? Okay. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to build select options. So how it looks like, just I will show you. I'll say select options. Okay. S underscore Matner for Mara hyphen Matner. It means we are going to look for a range of materials. This gives you the range of materials, and how it looks like that I will show you now. So let me comment this code. Let us try to activate this, and I will explain you in detail what select options is. We'll see in detail in the next session. But now for your practice, just have a look at it and you practice it. In the next session, we'll go deep dive into the select options. Now click on execute button. You see now, you will see addition of from and to. From and to, by default you will get from and to with respect to the select options addition. The same thing when we try to do this with respect to the Mara Matner, these parameters. You see in the parameters, we explicitly added from, we explicitly added to also. Okay, but in this case, how it looks like in case of select options, just observe here the difference. You see this difference, both are entirely, they're entirely different. You see this, we have a range directly. When you say select options, it gave you from and to. You use from range to range or not, it is your wish. Whether you want to use these select options as a parameters, you can use it as well. That is the main advantage of this. So let me quickly now make the changes for this. I'll go to text elements, selection text. I'll say material numbers. It means you need to select the material numbers. Okay. Now what change that you see in your select query? Okay, the select query remains same except where here in your where condition, where Matner you will say in, Matner in, you will say your select options parameter, the field, select options field, that's it, nothing else. Your select query will remain as it is, and you will only add an addition where Matner in s_Matner activated. Okay, when you activate it, I'll put a breakpoint over here. Now click on execute button. You see now I'll say I'll try to view like this. Okay, 33 and 37. Now click on execute button. When you click on execute button, when you click on execute button, when you click on execute button, you'll we already said the debugging, and I'll show you how it looks like. Click on s_Matner. You see s_Matner is coming like a table. It is called as an internal table. It is also called as an internal table. You see, it is like an internal table. You see, internal table. Now double click on this. When you double click on this internal table, what is the internal table? Its structure is, its field is a sign, its field is option, its field is a low, its field is a high. It means in that internal table, you have fields called sign, option, low, and high. Okay, we see in detail in the next session. And now this is my sign is I stands for include. My option is between. We defined in the previous example, like greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, like that. So this is like between what? Between material 33 and between material 37. It means between 33 and 37. Between 33 and 37, you need it. Okay, you need the data. So the same thing. When you click on execute button, okay, you see LT Mara. If you see in the LT Mara table, you will have all the records like 36, 37, 33, 34. Those records are all available, and you execute it, you will see the data in the output. Okay, so that's the importance of select options. We'll see more on select options. We will have some working examples on the select options in the next session. Okay, so this is I quickly told you about this. This is for your practice. All right. So I told you about the database tables with respect to these types example of the structure and the parameters. And the parameters from and to range, which is actually not supposed to do, but we did an example to explain you the importance of the select options, and we did work on the example of the select options as well. And this is one example for you for your practice. In the next session, we will move on to the joins concept, inner joins, left outer joins, all those things, and then we will advance further with respect to the database operations as well. Yeah, that's it.